Penalin Audio. Crosswave. The right hit music mix.
The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, a musical talk show with in-studio guest performers and interesting program features. Anchored by the man with many titles: musician, producer, actor, director, YouTuber, filmmaker. Well, the list is long because he's the man and more. So friends, Canadians, ladies and gentlemen, your Sunday midday fun starts here. Welcome to the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 22 of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And I'm your host here, as always, Scott Dion Brown, sitting here on this side of the desk for the second time. Hopefully I've figured out a little bit more how everything works. I haven't, but we're getting there. And I'm joined, as always, except for last week, when I was left all alone, floating around in space, a lonely satellite with no... Anyways, she's back, best co-host in the galaxy,
Regina Lena. Happy Sunday, everyone, and good morning. I did miss the show last week, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so you were judging.
I was judging a Miss Unicorn, Face of the Unicorn pageant. It was, which camera is it? It was the cutest pageant I've ever been to. There was like little babies. It was from I think the youngest was 9 months. And then there was different categories by age group. And then it went to adults. So the moms, the grandmas. It was a long day, but it was fun.
It was adorable.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys, we do apologize if our voices are a little scratchy this morning.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days.
3 days to be exact.
Days, events. So this unicorn pageant, who were the biggest divas? Was it the little kids or was it the old people?
It's a bit of both, to be honest. Like the one little girl, I don't know how old she was, but they had pick your own outfit type of thing. Mm-hmm. And her outfit choice was a Cardi B inspired outfit. She's maybe like 2, maybe not even 2. And so her tutu had Cardi B's face on it. Her bow had Cardi B's face on it. And the mom is like obviously behind her and she's like, shake your bum, shake your bum. And so she's literally like,
yeah,
hi guys. And like she's just sticking her tongue out. It was really cute.
That's nice. So it sounds like it was a fun time.
I think though the behind the scene moms were more of the divas than anything, but pageant world.
Yep. In fact, that's kind of what we were talking about a bit last time. Yeah. Same thing when I play hockey. Oftentimes the rough stuff is the ones that make it the most dramatic are often the parents.
So is your dad like in the back like, Scott?
Yeah, well, actually no. My dad was always very supportive. He wasn't one of the problem parents. He was. It
was your mom.
One of the good ones. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mom.
Just kidding, Tita. Yeah. I know you're watching.
But so this is a special episode. Mm-hmm. People watching, as you can see, it's just the two of us here. Well, I guess you probably don't know, but we are the only ones here in the studio today.
Well, we do have Michaela coming in a few minutes.
She'll be here shortly. But in terms of as an actual guest, this week...
I'm the guest.
Well, no, you guys. You guys are the guests.
No, technically, they're the interviewers. We're
the guests. That's true, because today's episode is, of course, an Ask Us Anything episode. Mm-hmm. And so we've been tweeting out and Instagramming out and...
tweeting out.
Facebooking out.
Yes. So
for you to send us your questions.
Exactly. So ask us anything. Get the conversation going. If you want to call in, call us at 647-955-8820 or Facebook us. You can leave it in the chat below for all of you who are tuning in. Yep. We're checking our Instagrams every now and then.
Yeah, we've got the phones standing by. Also, you can, of course, just ask us a question in the
group chat.
In the group chat here. I'm going to say hello right now. HELLO. Bam.
We have 8 people tuning in. So all you 8 people, besides us, so 6 people, make sure you ask us questions.
Right, I literally had to leave a comment, and then I wrote it in the search.
Oh, Scott.
Technology. There we go. I just said hello. Hello. So you guys can ask us some questions. Well, so yeah, you mentioned so our voices are kind of strained. We're both actually really exhausted right now.
Just a little, if you can't tell.
Because 3 days.
Yes.
So
that's the most we've ever seen each other in a week.
Yeah. So Friday.
Friday, we so it was my work's sales conference, and being the event coordinator, I was able to get Scott a gig.
Yes. I was. My band took the stage at the event, and do we want to say where it was?
Sure, it was at the Marriott.
The Marriott Hotel.
There's so many of them. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Marriott. Oh, yeah, it's true. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, in Toronto. Anyway, it was a nice hotel, very nice venue.
Yes.
And we played a whole bunch of almost 3 hours of music, and so that was tough on the voice.
Yeah, and then of course they play great music, so of course myself and my coworkers are all belting along to it, and I lost my voice completely yesterday.
Yeah, because then yesterday we had the Mrs./Ms. Philippines PIDC 2019 pageant, where I was an MC along with Bea Santiago. Yep. Friend of the show, beauty queen.
Miss International 2013. And then I was there as a judge, so luckily I didn't have to talk. And I think that's how I got my voice back for today.
And mine is further gone.
Yes. But before we go start the show, should we invite Michaela to do her...
Absolutely, yeah. So
Michaela, come on in.
Come on in.
Come on down.
And grab that microphone, and I'll figure out...
Here, she gets it next to me.
Yeah.
Here you go. It's got the camera.
Oh.
Good morning, Michaela. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, what brings you to...
Hang on, wait. I don't think her mic is on. Wait.
What brings you to our show today?
Oh, no.
Well,
okay, sure.
Okay. Well, I'm hosting a Royal PJ fundraiser. It's my first annual one. It's supporting infantile spasms research. It's for epilepsy awareness.
Oh, excellent. And so when's that happening?
May 4th.
Oh, May 4th. And so what kind
Where
of...
is it?
Yeah, where is it going to be?
It's at the Woodbine Banquet Hall.
Okay. Here, we'll get
And
this
I'm
one.
getting my mic back.
So now, to this one?
Awesome.
Talk in your mic?
Hello?
There you
she
go.
is.
We can hear her. Sorry, guys. Scott's still new to this thing.
We're figuring it out. We're getting there. So we're both... I mean...
We're going to use camera 1 for her.
Why don't you slide over a little bit so that...
Slide to the left. There you go. Zoom. Sorry, guys. Again, Scott,
zoom it out.
come on.
Okay, there we go. And then just make sure that you can be seen. So stay on that side. Okay, look at that. We got a show here. Okay, so May 4th, you said?
Yes.
And it's at the
Woodbine Banquet Hall.
Woodbine Banquet Hall. So what kind of event is it going to be?
It's a Royal PJ fundraiser, so you come in your pajamas, and my mom and dad will be donating $1 for everyone. So
Oh, you wear your pajamas.
I'm going to bring a onesie out. I'm just kidding. No, I'm emceeing, aren't I?
yes, you are.
So get your tickets and support her. So, okay, so where's the money going to again? Sorry. Oh, we got a call.
All right. Hang on.
Hang on, we got a call. How do we answer this phone call?
You've received the following text message from a Rogers wireless.
Oh, we got a text.
Oh, okay.
To hear this message, press 1.
Press 1.
You guys can't hear it.
Press 1, Scott.
Saw you last night at TIDC. Loved your song again. Can I request you to play Wag Ka Nang Umiyak, your version?
Is that your mom?
Would like to decimate to Ellie.
Oh, to Ellie.
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, that's cool. We
Cool.
got our first...
So thank you very much, Jeanette.
Text message.
Yeah, that went on the air. You guys heard that? So
We will play it later.
The text to thing didn't quite get the title right, but I think we got it. Wag Ka Nang Umiyak.
We are
okay,
gonna
yes,
play it.
We will play that. Okay, sorry. Back to you,
Michaela.
Michaela. So tell me more about the event. So it's a pajama party.
yes.
That's pretty awesome. And
So, where it's going to support, it's supporting infantile spasms research for epilepsy awareness at Sick Kids Foundation.
So that's a very specific... Why did you choose to give to this donation or charity?
Sick Kids Foundation. I'm actually a patient at Sick Kids Hospital. I have been since I was 14 months old because I have epilepsy myself.
Oh, okay. So this is going back to the people that have been helping you, right?
Well, it's actually the infantile spasms research. I chose that research section because it's my doctor who's actually hosting.
Okay.
I see. Cool.
So it's very close to your heart. Therefore, all of you listeners should definitely come out and support her on May 4th. You'll see myself there, Michaela there, and maybe Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. So May 4th, and do you buy tickets online right now? Is that how it works?
Well, our website is technically in the works.
Okay.
But it's not completely.
Hey, Mom, come in. Show us what you got.
We have a flyer coming.
Let's see the flyer. Okay, I'll hold it up to the camera. Here.
No, Scott, wrong cam.
No, that's good, right?
We're not on camera 1. Can we go on to camera 1?
Well, okay, he'll switch the camera. Okay, you want to go over to that
I
camera?
got it.
We're figuring it out, people. There we go. Okay, so we got Sunday, May 4th, 2019 at the Woodbine Banquet Hall, 30 Vice Regent Boulevard, Etobicoke, Ontario. There'll be hors d'oeuvres at 6, a buffet dinner at 7. For ticket inquiries, go to mymvafundraiser@gmail.com or rather email. Or call Danya at 416-759-9283. Advance tickets only, no refunds. You get a buffet dinner, live performance, a sweets table, delicious, silent auction,
PJ Fashion Show.
join the PJ Fashion Show, raffles and more. So that sounds like a fantastic event. Turning that music down. There we go. So that sounds like a great event, Michaela. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, get involved, people. Support a fantastic cause.
The logo.
Oh, and your cousin created the logo.
It's a teddy bear,
Yes.
and it's PJs.
Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, wonderful. May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, yeah. It'll be on Star Wars Day. It's a Star Wars Day event.
So
Wonderful.
Scott's going to show up in his Star Wars pajamas.
We actually didn't notice that until later.
Oh, really? Well,
It works out.
It works out.
Works out. Yeah, bring your Star Wars. Bring your Star Wars. We'll make it a Star Wars sleepover.
It's
Except
not
you're
a
not sleeping over.
sleepover.
Yeah, but you're wearing your pajamas. You get the idea.
I'm going to wear a onesie, only if you let me.
You can wear a onesie. Wear your PJs. Any PJs will do.
Got it.
Any PJs will do. There you go.
Mixed match PJs for the win.
Yep.
So like an extra large baggy t-shirt and pajama bottoms.
Sure.
Cool.
That'll work. Star Wars t-shirt?
Sure.
All right, good. All right, well, Michaela, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
May 4th. We'll
Yes.
see you there, everybody.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Come on out to that thing.
Awesome. Thanks, Michaela. We will see you soon, and best of luck to you at the Junior Miss Galaxy competition coming up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. This is yours. Thanks, Michaela.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So why don't we, now seems to be a perfect time to
Play that request.
play that request.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get that ready. I'll get Ryan to give us the camera.
Camera 2.
And here we go.
Wag ka nang umiyak sa mundong pabago-bago. Pag-ibig ko ay totoo. Ako ang iyong panggap. Kung magalit man ang alon ng panahon, sabay tayong aahon. Kung wala ka nang maintindihan, kung wala ka nang magapitan,
And we're back. That was Wag Ka Nang Umiyak.
Yes, Scott, don't cry. I'm back.
Requested. Oh.
And that was requested through that phone call text message.
Phone call text message here on the Ask Us Anything episode. So thank you very much for making that request, Jeanette.
Yes.
And that was, I think she said that was on behalf of Ellie, I believe she said. So there you go. That it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for that request. And actually, that live musical performance was brought to you by our executive producers, which I'm going to open up the file right now. So, Regine, fill some time for a second.
Scott, do you plan on selling your home?
That's coming. I think maybe I will.
So it's funny because I was tuning in every now and then last week, and I got to tune in at perfect timing when it was the phrase of the week. Yeah. And I was just sitting there laughing so hard that the two judges next to me are probably like, what the hell is going on? But, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's an important moment. So, Regine,
yes,
today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by the two executive producers who make this episode possible. Regine.
Yes, Scott.
Do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
Sure.
Are you buying or selling your home?
Possibly.
Well, then Jennifer C., Realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone.
Nope.
Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse.
You know, the fact that your voice is still scratching, you can do
that. It actually works better. Yeah. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca at 905-604-6955. Thank you very much to our executive producers for making the show possible.
And if you want to be an executive producer, email us at radioshowad@gmail.com, or as Scott likes to say it, radioshowad.
Radio Show AD. Okay, so we're back. We're back here with our Ask Us Anything question. So, Regine, do we have any questions?
Let's jump in. So, your dad asked us a question. He says, no guests today?
No. That was our first question, and the answer is we are the guests.
We are the guests.
I'm trying to find the best way to have this. I guess like this.
So, all jokes aside, his next question is, Scott, I know you are a musician, but also a filmmaker. Tell us about your film so far.
Oh, well, currently I'm editing still a film, Storage Room B, which is a horror short featuring zombies. It's about two people who find themselves, they're at work, I guess, and then suddenly a zombie apocalypse breaks out in their building, and they have to run and hide, and they find themselves hiding in a storage room, which happens to be Storage Room B, and they're just trapped in there trying to survive zombies. So that's what we're working on, and it stars two actors. In fact, if you'd like to see some behind-the-scenes stuff, I just posted a vlog recently in my last video on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScottDionBrown. And on there, you'll see I reveal who the lead actors are, which are two fantastic actors, one of which is Haley Midget, who plays the role of Jane, and Blake Canning, who plays the role of Ralph. Cool. So it's exciting. Yeah, we shot that quite a while ago, and it's been taking me a while to edit because I had to finish some other projects, but now that I've kind of got some time, I'm hoping to get it done very soon. So keep an eye on it. I'm going to be releasing it and hopefully getting into a couple film festivals, and we'll see.
Nice.
Oh, and also something that's kind of cool, film-wise. My last film, Kessler Syndrome, which I released last year, I got contacted recently by somebody who writes for the Huffington Post.
Nice.
In France, actually. And they were
Is it all in French?
Well, he talks to me in English, but he's writing an article about the actual Kessler effect that my film is based on. Like, basically, the Kessler effect or Kessler syndrome is when you have too much space debris surrounding the Earth's atmosphere. So he was doing an article about the science of it, and he asked if he could use some footage from my film in his article.
Nice.
So that's going to be a thing. So that's fun. You can watch for that. I'll share that, I'm sure, somewhere when it comes out. But that's the latest stuff with movies. So Storage Room B is coming out soon.
Here we go. So going on to the next question.
Yep.
Since you're already talking, Scott. No, I'm just kidding. So there is a question from Chelsea, and she asks, what is your favorite thing about being in the pageant world and singing world? So this goes to both of us.
Okay, let's you go first.
So, no, Scott, what's your favorite part about being in the pageant world?
My favorite part about being in the pageant world was winning Mr. Philippines, and then they got rid of the competition. So now I didn't have to give up my crown, and I'm still the reigning Mr. Philippines PIDC forever. That's
and
my favorite part.
he actually did his walk yesterday at the Mrs. PIDC pageant.
I did because I told that story. I told them how I'm still the reigning, and I needed to prove it.
But then it kind of sucked because it was so instant that I couldn't record it. I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah, I kind of just jumped into it. Well, because I wasn't expecting it, and then the DJ just threw on some music. I was like, okay, I better start walking.
No, but real seriousness. What is my favorite part about the pageant world? I think it's just the people that I've met. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. If I wasn't in pageants, we wouldn't have met.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yep. Michaela wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be here. So I think every aspect of the pageant and the people that I meet along the way is what really makes it memorable. What's your favorite part about the singing world, Scott?
If I had to pick my favorite, it's got to be performing. There's the whole process of writing music and recording it and putting an album together and being creative on that part. I mean, that's fun in its own way. Mm-hmm. But I know that there are definitely times when I'm writing a song, especially when you're writing the early stages, when you're listening to these tracks you're recording, but there's not enough there for it to be a song. So as you're playing it back, it really doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't sound good.
It's a commercial.
Yeah. Well, moments like that can feel very discouraging, especially if you don't know if the song's going to be good. Mm-hmm. And then there are times when you're trying to get this vocal line and you're spending so much time on it, where you're just like, I hate this. I hate every second of this. And then there are times when I'm just like, I just want the song to be written so that I can just go on stage and perform it.
I just want it over with.
So I think I enjoy the performing. And then I guess the other great part about being in a band is, I'm lucky enough that the band I play in, we were all friends first. We were high school buddies. My brother is the drummer.
Your brother is a high school buddy.
Yeah, high school buddy. I've known him a little longer than that, actually. Mm-hmm. Since he was born, actually.
Well,
amazingly. But he's because of that, the band has been a really good source of just fun with my friends. When we pack all the gear into a car and we all have to pile in and squeeze and drive out somewhere to Barrie or Guelph or somewhere.
You guys killed it on Friday.
It was a good time. It's a very good time.
You guys killed it on Friday. Well, you answered one of the other questions, which was, what is your favorite part about being in a band?
Oh, okay, great. Well, then that's it.
That was a 2-in-1.
The performing, and then also again just hanging out with your friends and those experiences of driving home at 2 a.m, stopping at a Timmy's on the way back, just the bonding that goes with it. That's the part of the music that's the audience doesn't see, but it's fun.
So how did you get into music? I know you ask all of our guests this, so now I'm going to ask you, what got you into music to begin with?
I guess it would have been in high school. So Colin Campbell, my dearest friend, I've known him since grade 2. But sometime I'm not sure when we first talked about forming a band, but it might have been grade 7. I don't know. But we never did anything about it until about grade 9, when we're like, let's do this. And our high school, did this monthly thing called a spirit assembly, where you can audition and it's basically a performance. Anybody can an audition and you go up and perform. And my school had one, and then we auditioned, and that was the beginning of the band.
Nice. And so your band, what is your band's name?
Symphony of 9 is the band with.
So why is it 9?
Honestly, the name. So Colin came up with the name, and actually, what's funny with the name is we didn't even really think it was that great a name.
It just stuck.
Even now, I don't know if it's that great a name. It was one of those names that we went, oh, okay, this will be our name, and then when we want to do something else, we'll just come up with a different name. And it was after we graduated high school. That's when we started spending more time writing original songs and playing shows under our own music. But by that time, I don't know, I didn't feel like playing under any other name. So
it's stuck.
So it's stuck.
Got it.
And,
it's stuck.
And they're
stop changing the cameras.
Is he jumping around?
Yes. Anyways, so I have a question here for myself.
Okay.
what made you decide to start competing in pageants? I got that a lot, actually, and I think it just was a fluke. It was actually with the PIDC pageant. It was my very first one, and my aunt was like, "Oh, why don't you compete in this pageant?" And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And they're like, "No, we'll support you. We'll do all the charity for you. Like, we'll look for sponsors." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So after speaking with family, they're like, "Just do it," encouraged me to do it. My ninang, who tunes in every week from Ohio, she's actually a model back in the Philippines. So I wanted to be like that. I wanted to model. I wanted to do all that. And she's like, "Why don't you just try it?" So I did. And 9 years later, here we are.
Here you are.
Here we are. Yeah.
I guess you never know how you're going to get into it. Like, even when I was in my pageant.
How did you get into pageants? Like, just out of curiosity.
Honestly, like I never even knew. I don't think at the time I even knew male pageants were a thing.
Yeah.
I think my mom, when she was at work, somebody knew about it or was involved with it who worked at her work, and just happened to mention to her that they were looking for male candidates for this pageant.
So why didn't your brother get into it too?
I don't know. Maybe he could have. He could be sitting here.
He could be the next Mr.
He could be the next Miss Philippines. No, I am the reigning forever. I am the reigning forever. I now have a stake in making sure that they never have the pageant again. But anyway, yeah, no.
You'll buy them out.
My mom kind of came home from work one day and was like, "Hey, there's this thing called a pageant happening. It's organized by this thing called PIDC."
This thing called.
Well, I didn't know anything about it. I literally knew nothing about it. She's like, "Do you want to be in it?" And I said, I just sort of said, "Okay, yeah." And it's
so it was
weird.
by fluke.
Kind of was, but it's weird. Like, yeah, again, now sitting here, it's in a weird way. It's been a very large part of stuff that ended up happening later on. I mean, we're literally sitting here because of that.
PIDC brought us all together.
That's true. And then there we were last night at the Mrs. Philippines PIDC pageant, hosting it, and that's something that was kind of neat. Going back to that event, it was kind of it was at the Rembrandt Banquet Hall. So everybody it was a big dinner as well as a pageant. It wasn't more.
Apparently it was sold out too.
It looked like it. It was packed.
It was like 30 plus tables. So
yeah.
300 people if there's a table of 10.
Yeah, and it was neat looking around that room because I saw so many faces that even people that I haven't seen in a long time, but I realized how much of a community PIDC is and how
it brings everyone together.
So I'm just looking around, and it's an interesting thing. Like there's a photographer there who's been taking photos since like the 60s, and so like my mom and them know him from events as well. So it's just they're a huge part of the Filipino community. Exactly. Yeah. Multi-generational. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a long way of saying that's how we got into pageants.
Yes. Thanks for that question, Kate.
And PIDC, good job.
And congratulations to the winners last night. All of the candidates, they did amazing. There was 7 of them. Being the judge, it was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. Because they're all so confident. So these are women of all walks of life, whether they be nannies or they be an accountant or whatever it might be, a fashion designer, but they all worked the stage. I was like, there's no way I can compete like that.
They were pretty confident.
They were very confident. You could feel the women empowerment on stage because I feel like every other question was about women empowerment.
Yeah, that was definitely the theme. Yeah, during the Q&A portion, every question was about that. That's why actually at one point, remember You're
like, I think we asked this question. I'm like, just read the question.
Well, as soon as I read it aloud, I realized, oh, okay, it's not the exact same question, but
it was worded differently.
Worded a little differently. Yeah. So that was the theme, but it was good. It was a great event. And
PIDC events are always very successful, and they're always loud and fun.
That's it. The crowd makes it. The audience makes it.
Oh yeah,
There's
I remember.
Such a good energy in the audience.
I competed. My first pageant again is with PIDC, and my family from Ohio, of all people, brought cowbells.
So that must be nice and loud.
So it was very intense.
Yeah, it makes it awesome. And even last night, every candidate had their like contingent of people. So you'd yell out, "Who's here for number 5?" And one side of the crowd goes.
Well, it's like when I compete. You've heard it. Canada Top Choice. I had like 3 rows of people, and the minute you're like, candidate number 10.
Yep. It's a good time.
Oh gosh,
it's a very good time.
Anyways, moving on. So this question actually gets asked. We get asked a lot, and it's, how is it like? Actually, no. Let's ask the first question. What made you decide to do a radio show?
Oh, okay.
Our executive producer, Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer C. got in touch. But it actually kind of worked out perfect in that So I already played something off my YouTube channel. So I spent a lot of time producing content on YouTube, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown, by the way.
Get him to 1,000 subs.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close. But right around that same time that this all started, I've been planning to start doing live content. Anyway, I wanted to start a podcast of some kind. I was either going to probably do it on my YouTube channel or possibly on Twitch. I have a Twitch account, but I haven't even put anything on it. But you can follow me there if you want. Eventually, I will. But so anyway, it kind of worked out. Like I was planning to do this, to start doing a show where I wanted to interview guests and sort of have this weekly thing. And suddenly this opportunity sort of arrived where they were looking for a host. And Jennifer C got in touch, and then I know she got in touch with you.
And then she called me afterwards, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to do a radio show with Scott?" And I'm like, "Okay." So it
kind of just worked out.
We like to take things that come to us by fluke, and we're just like, "Yeah, sure."
Well, that's the thing. I mean, what I liked about it was, like I said, I was planning to start something anyway. So this kind of MCBN here has set us up really well. Great studio.
Radio. Well, it's funny. So Kuyavon, who I guess is at the top of MCBN. I've known him even before I knew you.
Oh, really?
So when I started with my career with PIDC, and then a few years after that, I was a guest at Tito Deo's radio show, and Tito Vaughn was there, and we just been friends ever since. And here we are. So yeah, how do we start doing it? We were asked to do it, and we said yes.
We were asked. I was planning to do something, and suddenly the opportunity pops up. Sometimes those things work out timing-wise, and now here we are. It's actually pretty fun. We're 22 episodes in?
I think it's 22.
I think it's 22.
So moving on with that, we have, how is it hosting an amazing radio show?
It's amazing.
Radio show.
It's amazing. It's fun.
It is fun.
I've been finding it from episode 1 to now. I think we've gotten a lot more comfortable. I know I feel a lot more comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Last week I was actually very uncomfortable. I don't know if that came across. I think it did. But it's because it was the first time without the co-host, and it's the thing actually, Regina. I really realized how large a role you play. Just honestly, I mean, it's a lot easier to be able to banter off someone when there's someone
to banter
with. But then what happened was it kind of was the perfect storm, because so it was like you weren't here last week, and then also I started trying out this side of the thing, so I'm managing the sound and everything as well at the same time. So I was kind of like
what's going on? And you can see it. Like I said, I was tuning in every now and then, and you can just see Scott just sit there going,
like something music would just start playing all of a sudden, and I'm like, what's happening? I mean, the only thing that was good was our guest last week was wonderful. Farrowin did a great job, and we were able to talk about lots of stuff and her music and everything. So that was nice. But despite that conversation, the whole technical side of and then not having my co-host, I was very out of sorts. But other than
getting
that,
there.
Yeah, and other than that, back to the question. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience. I've liked that we've met a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And got to hear their stories as well, which is pretty cool. And here to spend our Sunday mornings with all of you.
And now here we are.
Here we are with an episode where we get to include you guys, because we love our listeners so very much.
Yes, and as Scott mentioned, it is 22 episodes in. We want you guys to get to know us more, because they hear us talk about other people. So if you want to get part of this conversation, give us a call at 647-955-8822. And we are more than happy to answer any of your questions. I don't have any more questions, so guys, call us,
more are coming in. Yeah.
Send us a message, and maybe we can listen to some music.
Yeah, let's. We were talking earlier about sort of playing in bands. So another band that I've been a part of lately, and he's an artist who's he's got a show coming up actually.
He'll be here next week.
He's going to be here next week to promote it. But he's a man by the name of Siggy. And,
he's been here before. He was one of our first guests. No?
He was our first. Yeah, he was on the show the first time. So this is a music video that he hired me a long time ago. This is before I was even... Actually, was I in the band at the time? It's all blurring together. Anyways, Devil on My Shoulder is the name of the song, and this is a video that I directed and edited and produced for him. So, Devil on My Shoulder, everybody.
Nice.
by Siggy Music. Do we have the camera ready? Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can figure this out.
No pressure, Scott. You got the whole world watching you.
There we go.
Hi, guys.
Hey, I'm on my way. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh, I guess it's breaking another guy's heart.
No, it's Sunday, remember?
Right. You take Sundays off. Whatever happened to that last guy anyway?
Ugh, he was fun at first, but it's like, ugh, I don't remember. Anyway, who cares?
That's hilarious.
Cold eyes upon you tonight. The more time flies, I see you wanna fight. It's all about you. Been scared, lose your flight. Sometimes I wanna really know what's in your mind. Rock and roll, pumped out in this empty house. Like you don't remember what your messed up videos about. So you keep it again and on, just waiting to get older. And for once, turning on the devil on your shoulder. I'm sure you can drive me down, but I believe in your light. I bet you try to put some more with me. Treat me like a king of my belief. Not riding, standing, looking at the mirror on the wall. Realizing I might have want to blame after all, 'cause I'm talking to myself, and there is not so hard to get what's going on. Why doesn't it feel so wrong? I'm sure you can drive me down, but I believe in your light. I bet you try to put some more with me. Treat me like a king of my belief.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Devil on My Shoulder by Siggy. And that was a video. It was a fun video we shot, when was that now? A couple years ago now. But it was actually brought to you, that performance was brought to you by some amazing sponsors. I'm gonna read who they are. That video was brought to you by Jewelry Forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry repairs and they change watch batteries. All done on site. Can you believe that, Regine?
No, I can't.
All done on site.
That's awesome.
But if you can't get into the shop, you know what you can do?
What?
You can go online.
Oh.
You can shop on this World Wide Web at www.jewelryforever.ca, where you can get free shipping with any orders
We got a phone call.
of $149 or more. Speaking of that, let's see what we got.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, yes. I'd like to know about Scott's Space Age trailer.
Oh.
What's going to be happening next with that?
Oh, great.
What's the process and stuff like that? Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I think I know who that is. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for calling in.
So for those asking, that is Scott's father.
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I thought it was. Who was it?
I know who it was. But
don't know who it was.
we'll answer the question. So the Space Age trailer, so that is a new series that I am working on. It's a web series. And so basically...
I'm in the trailer.
Yes, that's right. Regine is in the trailer. You are marketing honeymoon trips to the moon. Because it is set in the not too distant future, where humanity has began its conquest into space. So I wanted my idea behind it is it's basically Star Wars except with like much crappier technology. It explores the way of how does humanity get from where we are now to that sort of Star Trek, Star Wars universe that we all see in movies. But how would we actually get there? That's what the show takes place in. So basically, where is it now? It's very, very much in the preliminary stages. That trailer we produced to kind of get the ball rolling.
What was it for?
Well, it's to work on to get funding. Is what it's for. So it's very early in the stages. So basically, I've started writing it, and I know the entire arc of the entire storyline. But I still have to sort out the exact episode flow and everything. But I've got all of season 1 planned out. And so the trailer featured a lot of really cool actors. Haley Midget, who is also in my film Storage Room B, she's in there. Taylor Brown, my brother, Taylor the Brown is in there. Who else? Regina Lena, she makes an appearance.
Yeah.
I make an appearance. We also had Nelvin Law, Michael Kosov, and Corinne. Her last name is escaping me at the moment. I'll get back to you in a bit.
It's in space.
Yeah, Lost in Space. But so they're going to be in the show when we get around to doing it. But that's definitely going to be my next project. Basically, as soon as I finish Storage Room B, I'll be diving headfirst into Space Age. So I don't have a release date on it yet, but it's going to happen. So
Thank you for that
Thank
phone
you for that
call.
question. Thank you for the phone call.
If you want to also call in and be a part of the conversation, you can call us at 647-955-8822.
Exactly. And anyway, when we got that call, we were just finishing off talking about Jewelry Forever.
Yes, we were.
So you can get your free shipping with any orders of $149 or more. Or, of course, go back to them at 5000 Highway 7 East, Markham, at the Markville Shopping Center.
And let them know that Scott and Regine sent you.
Yes. We love those guys at Jewelry Forever.
We need to get them in here.
We should.
Like
we will.
they donated a watch for a raffle,
That's right.
so
Yeah,
we
have a
should
giveaway.
get them to come in.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Come on in.
But in the meantime, you go there, Jewelry Forever. And it was also brought to you by the Canada's Top Choice Council, which is a non-profit organization. They present 3 fantastic events every year that help grow the community, advance education, self-empowerment, and promote public appreciation for the arts. So they had their Give Back fundraising concert recently.
Yes, they did.
And I performed. You hosted. I hosted.
Yes.
Great event. And, of course, coming up is their Canada's Top Choice pageant.
It's on August 4th at the Fairview Theater. I know that they are still looking for candidates, so if you of any age, whether you be your daughter or you that want to get involved, reach out to Jennifer C. Or reach out to them on Facebook. And fun fact for all you guys that have been following us on Instagram, this picture, actually let me look for it. I posted it on our Instagram page, and that was actually the very first Canada Top Choice pageant, and that was us emceeing. Let me find it real quick.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago now, right? That photo?
Here you go.
All right.
Camera 1. I'm still blonde.
Hi, welcome to the...
Anyways.
Yeah, was that our first time emceeing together? Or had we emceed together before that?
We emceed at PIDC.
Okay, before that. I remember. I remember. Anyway, that was the beginning. That was the
beginning of Canada Top Choice.
That was the first ever one, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the following year, I competed, I won, and now here we are.
Here we are. It's been an incredible journey.
Yes. So yes, ask us your questions. Again, you can reach us on Facebook. Message us down below. If you're tuning in, I know there are a bunch of you tuning live. We have 10 more minutes, so make sure you get those questions in.
Yes.
Or call us at 647-955-8820.
8820. So, what were we going to talk about? I was going to bring something up.
I remember one week we were going to talk about concerts and getting tickets for concerts and the adrenaline that comes from it.
Oh, like you mean like
when I got my JLo tickets?
Yeah. You mean like the actual act of purchasing the tickets?
Yes.
Yeah. So you just recently got JLo tickets.
I got JLo tickets for my early birthday present because who doesn't love Jennifer Lopez? And I think I was like sending you messages. I'm like, oh my God, like how many people are in front of me? There's like 300 people. And I'm like, it just went on pre-sale.
Yeah.
But I got tickets. But it was annoying because every time I would pick the seats that I want, it would be taken already.
Oh.
And then my friend who was next to me was being a jerk and was purposely picking the tickets and then would release them after. So like he would get them before I could just to piss me off.
Them?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not even going to say his name on the radio, but
how
dare you? But I still got tickets.
But you got him in the end.
Yes.
Okay, well that's good at least.
Are you a concert goer?
Yes, I am. There's only, so there are a handful of bands that every single time they come to the city, I will go see them. Mm-hmm. One of them is Rush. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, we're getting a call.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Who's this?
I have a question for Scott Dion Brown.
Yes.
Do you have any plans of having a concert here in Toronto?
I do, actually.
I didn't hear the question.
If we have any plans on having... Thank you for the call.
Thank you. You're welcome.
What was the question?
Bye. The question was whether or not I have any plans of having a concert here in Toronto.
That is a great question because I just asked about concerts. Yes, Scott?
The simple answer is yes. So in the immediate future, it's not specifically my concert, although I am a member of the band. Mm-hmm. Siggy has a show on April 21st, which also happens to be Easter Sunday, but it's nighttime, so you can go have your Easter dinner plans and then go to a show after. It's at the Burdock Brewery, I think it's called, right on downtown Toronto. Mm-hmm.
So are you going to have your own
So my own personal show. Yes, although it's not booked yet because I wanted to finish some new music first. One thing I found, I like music and I like making movies. And then even YouTube it's similar to filmmaking, but it's kind of independent. But the problem that I find is like, as soon as you sort of start focusing on one, it's really easy for others to fall by the wayside. Mm-hmm. So like even my own band, Symphony of Nine. Like,
another call.
Oh, we got another call. We'll get back to it. Hello.
I'm sorry, I have another question.
Oh, okay. Yes. Hi. Thank you.
Since I'm your fan, I want to know what's your YouTube account, please.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you. Thanks for calling in.
Answer the question.
All right. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. Dion Brown. That's my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so as I was saying, doing YouTube, doing music, doing film, they're all very much like, if you focus on one, it kind of takes up all your time. So my own band, once they became my crew on my last film, so we almost had to stop music and make movies for a while. So once I get Storage Room B finished, I want to write some songs, and definitely I want to put out at least maybe a 5-song EP, and when I do that,
then
I'm gonna definitely.
Well, you kind of had a concert on Friday.
That's true. I mean, and actually there are a few others in the works for the summer, like where I probably won't be playing original music, but just to take some summer festivals and stuff.
Yeah, the Vaughn one coming up, right?
That's right as well. Yeah, that's true. The what's that one called? The Vaughn Extravaganza. I think that's coming up, and I will be performing at that actually, and we'll both be hosting a segment.
We'll be there.
So yes, there are concerts coming up. The Vaughn one. We'll post the link to that on our page afterwards. So yes, in the works. Nothing totally solid yet. I got to finish the
We
movie.
need to get him to 1,500 for him to get to.
Yeah, that'll have a concert. Then all 1,500 of you can come to the show.
There you go. That is the new hashtag.
That's the plan.
Hashtag get Scott to 1,500.
1,500. Well, let's get to I'm actually really, we're getting close to 1,000, and I'm happy about that. When we hit it, I'm going to do something really special on the channel, which will be great. And we'll do something on the show as well, and we'll do a duet, and we'll just do so many things. Regina and I doing a duet. Doing a duet on my YouTube channel after that. But
oh boy.
Well, that last segment of questions
and phone calls.
Oh, we're getting a call. We're getting a call.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi, it's Michaela.
Oh, hi, Michaela. Michaela was just on the show earlier. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
We're good.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Regine.
Okay.
When was your first pageant and what was it like?
My first pageant was back in 2010 with the PIDC pageant. It was nerve-wracking, and I'm sure you know that same feeling as you competed last year. But I've still made connections with everyone there, and I'm still friends with all of them. And if it wasn't for my first pageant, like we were saying earlier, I wouldn't be here. So
there you go.
Yes.
Thanks for calling in. And make sure you
make sure you get tickets to her fundraiser, May 4th.
May 4th. Excellent.
Thanks, Michaela.
Yeah, that's right. I guess it's weird now. You've done quite a few pageants, so you're like a veteran now. But that very first one must have been. We're getting another call. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Sean. I was here in Alberta.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm a #1 fan of Regine.
Oh.
And I have a question. Like, if one of the Philippine pageant. Do you have any chance to join Philippine pageants or represent Philippines, this universe or this world?
So that is something that I've always wanted to do, was on my bucket list. But now that I am over the age limit, unfortunately, for Binibining Pilipinas, I unfortunately
I thought you were only 15.
No, I'm not. I am over 15. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm not dual citizen. So in order for me to compete in the Philippines, I need to be a Philippine citizen. So that I started in my pageant career later on. So if I did start at 15, then maybe I would have. But
you also
we always support you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for calling in. And also, you also like mentor people as well.
I do.
So even if you won't be competing for the Philippines, you might mentor somebody who will be.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Well, let's just quickly read off
the
some
rest
of our sponsors.
sponsors.
So this show, it's been a lot of fun actually.
Mm-hmm. So many phone calls.
Yeah, pretty fantastic. That was brought to you by
Intercontinental.
It was brought to you by Intercontinental Consulting Services for Immigration and Settlement in Canada. Find out how you can live, work, and study in Canada. Mm-hmm. Visit icscanadaimmigration.ca. Come to Canada, work, study, and visit Intercontinental Consulting Services for Immigration and Settlement in Canada. And by Cecile's Line Dancing Class.
They were there yesterday at PIDC.
They were. Mm-hmm. Yes, they were. And they were established in 1998. They've got amazing classes that happen
3 times a week.
3 times a week, and you can get your dancing shoes going. Wednesdays from 7 to 9 at BIM TV, 361 Wilson Avenue. Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30 at JC's Banquet Hall, 1686 Ellesmere Road. Or Sundays from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Filipino Center.
And that's where we're going later.
That's where we're going to get our dancing shoes dancing.
Although our feet do hurt, but that's okay.
They do hurt. Yeah. Actually, that's
Why,
true.
were you in heels for 3 days straight?
No, but you know what? Hosting these pageants, they're hard on the back. I mean, I know I shouldn't complain because I'm not in heels, mm-hmm. but I will complain anyway. because
you're allowed to.
Well, I gotta say, like, after I think it didn't help because I played that gig the night before, mm-hmm. right? And so we were on stage playing in dress shoes, which are not shoes to be like jumping around playing shows in, but it was a fancy event and you got to dress fancy. And then once again I was in a suit again for this thing last night, and again you got to stand up straight and you got to hold yourself and you got to it's just a lot on your feet. So
tell me about it.
So even today my back's a little
Okay, this is our last phone
final
call.
caller. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, calling from Windsor.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question for Scotty and Brown.
Sure.
I heard I watched your song a while ago. It's a Tagalog song, right?
Yep.
Is it hard for you to learn Tagalog?
Yes, it is. I do enjoy singing in Tagalog, though, and so the way I do it is when I'm making it for YouTube, I basically just watch other videos of it, and I just sing it, like, try to mimic.
Do you
exactly
understand
what they
it
do.
when you sing it?
I try. Like, I look up the translation because I want to understand what the words are so that I can kind of
You
add
know
the
what you're
right
saying.
emotions. Yeah. But the most challenging one was like specifically for Wag Ka Nang Umiyak is I entered that in a competition, right? So for that one, it was like I actually had to learn it live. I couldn't just, if I mess up a line, I couldn't redo it. I had to memorize it and learn it to sing it in front of an audience, which was challenging but fun. In fact, actually, that video that's online that I played earlier, I actually shot that the night of the competition.
Oh, wow.
Like, I just got home and I was that's why I'm wearing a suit and stuff. That's what I wore in the competition. And I was like, you know what? My voice is warm. I just performed it.
Why not?
Let's just, I switched the camera on and recorded it. But yeah, it's a challenge to sing in Tagalog. Just because, again, it is harder for me to memorize because I don't actually speak the language. But we're getting there. So, that was a car just driving by. But yeah. So now we only have one segment left. We have one segment left.
Very fitting for our conversation.
For what we just asked, yeah. So for people who don't know, this show does have a rather large Filipino audience.
Pinoy Radio.
And not just Filipinos from the Philippines, but as you heard, we were getting calls from all over the place.
From Alberta, from Windsor, from down the road.
Yeah. So, but there are some Filipinos, like myself, for example, who, born, raised in the Western world, don't speak Tagalog.
That was another question I was getting. Sorry, Scott, are you Filipino?
I am half Filipino. So my mom's family, their whole family.
The right hit music mix on Crosswave.
You did this last
The right hit music mix.
Oh, I pushed the wrong thing.
That's it for today, folks.
All right. You know what, guys? Let's just
His
cool
mom
it.
is Filipino. His dad.
Just cool it for a moment. Yeah, I am half Filipino. So my mom is from the Philippines. She came here when she was, I think, 13 years old. And I am half. My dad is Canadian from North Bay, originally, actually. And why did that happen?
I don't know.
I see. You know what? I see what I did. I did something.
Moving on.
I did something interesting for the show.
Scott, moving on.
There we go. Here's some music. Okay, so we're back.
Your segment on learning Tagalog with Scott Dion Brown.
So what phrase are we going to learn today?
I don't know. You didn't come up with a phrase?
I did not. Maybe someone can call in and give us a phrase.
Let's see. What can we teach Scott?
What can you teach me? Why don't you just teach me a word unless we got a call?
A word or a phrase?
A phrase. Oh.
Yay, we got a call.
Hi there. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Are you going to teach Scott Tagalog?
Of course, Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Great. What are we going to learn? Madaming.
Humahanga.
Regine's sa
Guapong.
Katulad ko. And what did I just say, Regine?
Ask him.
What did I just say, sir?
Ask Regine.
Okay, Regine.
There is a lot. Ano? Say it again. Maraming.
Maybe there's a lot of.
There's a lot of people hanging on to
Admired you.
someone as handsome as me.
Oh.
Well, not as handsome as me, but okay.
Is that what it's? Is that? Oh, so that's wonderful. Say that one more time, caller.
Madaming. Humahanga. Sa guapong. Katulad ko.
You're so full of yourself, Scott.
I'm sorry. I recognize guapo. I knew that one.
Yeah, because they said it yesterday too.
That's right. Thank you for your call. Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot. We had almost more than a handful of callers.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Well, Regine,
We should do this more often.
yeah, I kind of like that. I like getting the audience involved, and as we continue to grow the show, I think we'll be able to do more and more of this.
So make sure you guys save your questions for our next Ask Us Anything segment.
Yes, this was a lot of fun. We got through all the ads. We got through all the stuff.
We got a lot of phone calls.
I got more than a few technical difficulties. Throw those into the show. But this was a lot of fun.
Live show, that's what you got.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. And Regine, thank you for coming back.
No problem.
Unfortunately, you're never allowed to leave again.
I won't be here on the 28th of April, but that's because it's the Miss Galaxy Canada pageant.
That's right. Okay, that's coming up. All right. Well, I'm hoping that I'll kind of have mastered this whole computer business by that time.
Good luck, guys.
But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I guess we'll call it a day.
Yes, but first we want to say thank you to all of you guys who called, who made this episode possible. Thank you to everyone tuning in. We even have people from California tuning in. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me back, Scott. We will see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Find Regine. It's Regina Lena on Instagram. And follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown.
Get him to 1,000 subs.
I need subs, please. Please,
so
I need
desperate.
subs. I need subs.
Guys, subscribe to me. I'll get to 1,000 before you.
No, that probably would happen, actually. That would work. I know that would happen.
Regina Lena.
Yeah. Okay, well, see you guys next time. Thank you so much for calling in, for tuning in, and participating in our show.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
That's it for today, folks. The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. If you think 60 minutes is not enough, well, you better catch us again next week, because it is not just about music or pure talk. It's your weekend pastime. And witness the next worthy of your time episode of the program right here on Crosswave Radio. The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.